Joe Zekas from YoChicago. I'm with Greg Eldridge of At Properties. We're at 110 Superior 110. Somebody's been making a mess in here, Greg.
Indeed they have. Well, welcome back. This area is the same. Everything else, we've been busy. We had talked last time about this wall opening up, and it is open. So
wall? What wall?
Well, this was the master closet and the master bath that are now open. So what this buyer is going to be doing is making this kind of a dining room, smaller living room, and then kitchen living room. And the cool thing about this setup is that in this dining room you can have an east to west view. Throughout this whole living space you're going to get these cross views. So obviously when you open up walls you find some things that need to get moved. This is going to get capped and we'll go bye-bye. A lot of this stuff will get...
This is the plumbing wall. There was a beautiful master bath here.
There was. This was the vanity area. So in the ceiling below, we're going to cap this because this comes, you can see in the ceiling above, it goes back to the plumbing stack. So, we can make this disappear. And then back in this wall, any of these horizontal things we can make disappear. Any of the vertical stuff is going to have to stay. This drywall is still going to get done out, and this whole, if you see kind of that area over there where the vent risers are, that is going to be kind of one end, and this will be on this side will be the other end of kind of a built-in millwork island with storage on both sides, drywall ceiling, tons of recessed lighting obviously is going to go in, but this is actually a pretty cool way of seeing what happens behind the walls in this building, because there's a lot of stuff that the developer does here.
A lot of stuff behind the walls here.
Yeah, one of the things that's now not behind the walls is all the blown-in insulation that he does in demising walls and in bathroom walls. Made quite the mess as they were demoing. And then you can see the cavity in the ceiling where the drywall drops from the concrete above. Still have 9.5-foot ceilings, but tons of recessed lighting, built-in speakers, everything that you can do with a drywall ceiling that in a concrete ceiling building you can't.
Let me pick up
flexibility.
Let me pick up on something you mentioned, the blown-in insulation behind the bathroom walls. That would have been soundproofing.
Big time. Yeah, this building is the quietest condo building you're going to find for those reasons. John Zitzman, the developer I've worked with for a number of years, he is massively anal about sound insulation. So blown-in cellulose, staggered studs between units. This is a very, very quiet building. And that's one of the reasons why he spends a lot of time and attention and money on insulation issues.
And in a full floor unit that we're looking at, where you've got concrete below and concrete above,
it's only your noise. That's right.
Zero noise.
Exactly. So
I keep getting obsessed here.
The views are crazy, aren't they?
They're absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, and the great thing about this, I think we've mentioned this in prior visits, is the zoning in the surrounding area, 3-floor block radius from us, only allows for about a 16 story building. So buyers of these upper floor units are, whatever your view is now is what it's going to be for a good long time given the current zoning.
And for a full floor it's going to be a 360.
Correct. Yeah, views in every direction will be unobstructable. So this was the major kind of focus of construction on this kind of the north side of the full floor. There's a guest bedroom suite that is pretty much staying as it was originally configured. The south end there's a lot of stuff going on as well that you can go explore.
We're looking west at this point, and what's this room going to be functioning as when it's redone?
Well, this is going to be kind of an hourglass-shaped playroom. One of the things that this is a connection here between what had been two separate units. So it gives you a chance to see some of, again, the behind-the-wall stuff, the blown-in cellulose, all the depth of this, what had been a demising wall. So that doorway is going to be blown open, as this has been. So this will be a fairly open connection between, two playrooms. So, kids will have an awesome opportunity to play with a view. Can't beat that. Just leaving that playroom area, and The elevator lobby is one area that's getting a substantial amount of work, which has actually just started. So the ceiling above, you can see, is opened up. You know, the lighting that had been here is here for the elevator lobby is going to transition into lighting more appropriate for a residential floor. All of this signage will go away. Really, the only things that we need to keep here are the fire alarm elements. The flooring we're going to keep here just to keep dust down as it gets tracked into the elevator, but this will ultimately be incorporated and integrated into what the hardwood floors on both sides are, so there'll be a very seamless transition. This door here is going to be completely gutted, and there are going to be some very cool custom glass and steel French doors. That's kind of TBD still, but it'll be much more of an open space. When you exit the elevator, and you'll feel immediately like you're in the middle of a residence, which is what is accurate. And then
it just triggered a question in my mind.
Yeah.
All this work, is this being done by the developer and the developer's staff, or is
Yes. Yeah.
So if I wanted to buy a full floor, I don't have to bring my own contractor if I don't want to?
Absolutely correct. Yeah, the developer's architect, his construction crew. I mean, we're going to present a completely finished residence to the buyers. You know, obviously they're very involved in the process of material selection and everything that's happening here. It's their custom floor plan, but yeah, the developer is completing everything. So
that has to have some cost advantages to it, I would guess.
Yeah, and it's just important, I think, because he built the building, he knows where everything is, to be able to kind of coordinate that is a very important consideration. So things like this, you know, the garbage chute, the sign goes, this door will be painted so it just kind of blends into the wall. So again, it won't feel like a elevator corridor, it'll feel like a residential foyer. Then this wall has been demoed. We're going to be doing a very deep closet here. This doorway goes away. And this area, actually, we're doing quite a bit of work to, so let me kind of lead the way in. This was one of those little things that we're going to have to move. This is a dryer vent from a lower floor. It's going to be incorporated into a closet, kind of jogged over here. We're creating a couple bedrooms here. The kitchen that was here is gone. It's now over there. We are going to be reincorporating kind of a wet bar idea. The refrigerator's staying, dishwasher sinks are going to move to that wall from where they had them here. Similar to the master bath thing that we had explored before, this disappears, cap it off the floor below, and the sinks, dishwasher, cabinetry, countertops, etc. are going to move to that wall. We're going to be putting up a wall here. About a top third of it's going to be glass to get light into the kitchen, because there's really not going to be exposure to windows. So a lot of sun, obviously, so the kitchen will still get a lot of light, even though there's not direct access to a window. And then this area will be kind of an office, then 2 bedrooms. So this saw a lot of customization on this side that we're able to do again, because, you know, one of the things that we're able to, why we're so flexible, is the fact that the developer does a drywalled ceiling. So, you know, we can manipulate mechanical feeds, etc., in the ceiling, either above or below, which is what we were able to do here. Again, the view is ridiculous.
This is what in the 80s we used to call Master of the Universe view.
That's still a good description. Yeah,
kind of the feeling you get while you're looking.
And the nighttime view up here is unbelievable. I mean, just the skyline view. You know, with our recessed lighting, and if all the recessed lighting is dimmed, you still get the view, have enough light in the interior for residents to really have it sufficiently lit. It's just incredible, really amazing.
One thing that's been called to my attention that I should comment on, I think on camera, this is the blue building, the tint. The camera exaggerates the tint of the building.
Absolutely.
Very much. And when you're inside, you don't feel that blue tint, that blue cast as much as you see it on camera here. That's
absolutely true. It's really more of, from the inside out, it's just a very light sky blue. So the sky will always have a light blue quality to it. From the outside in, It's a real deep cobalt blue, which is awesome for privacy, etc. But yeah, from the inside, it's not like you're living in a blue room. It's just,
which is
the tint of the windows has a little bit of tint, but it doesn't tint your space.
And the camera exaggerates the tint as people watch this video.
Very dramatically.
Westview's not too shabby here.
It's all good. And that building right in front of us represents the height the maximum height that can be built in the surrounding area, which we kind of picked up before. 15, 16 stories, that's 150 superior, so obviously this unit clears that by quite a bit. And any of our full floor unit possibilities other than the 7th floor would have unobstructable views in close proximity. And sun all day long on the south side. All day
long. And I think, as we mentioned before, no one has to worry about much of anything being built for a few years.
Yeah, that's per se. And even when that starts to pick up, given what the zoning is, you're good. So a lot of work going on in here. That room there is what we had looked into from the north side. That's part of that playroom. What we're doing here is dramatically expanding one of the 2 master closets. I mean, this unit, this master bedroom suite had giant closets anyway, but we're really working to get a ton of closet space. So this one is being dramatically expanded. The flooring's gone because we're going to redo all of the flooring throughout, obviously, after construction, because flooring's going to get pretty trashed. So the master bath is actually, not much is changing. We're reducing medicine cabinets, moving some electrical stuff, but nothing major. But doing some pocket doors here, we're able to really accommodate a lot of customization. So it's a pretty exciting process.
The other thing I'm picking up as we go around is that the master suite is going to have really tremendous separation and privacy from the other bedrooms on the floor.
Very much so. Yeah. What we saw, that other construction area we just saw, was where a couple other bedrooms are going to be, but that's a good separation. It's still on the same side of the residence, but for privacy, sound, etc., it's going to be very, very private.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's good stuff, isn't it? It's a very exciting period in this construction to see stuff kind of coming back together, being separated and then coming back together. So the next time we visit, we'll be able to show a substantial amount of progress. I mean, the difference between what we last saw and this, obviously, is very dramatic.
Huge, and it's only a few weeks.
I know. So when we get back, we'll have quite a bit more cool stuff underway, so it'll be exciting to track it.
And you have the opportunity for a few other buyers to do this too.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got a couple different options for full floor customization. Either the 7th floor, which has some massive terrace space, total of at least 2,500 square feet of outdoor terrace space. Interior residential square footage would be about 4,600, something like that. And then we can do this also on 25, where it would be this kind of square footage, about 5,300 square feet. And again, totally customizable to the degree we can.
And 25 is higher than where we're at?
3 floors higher, yeah.
What kind of price range would we be looking at before the upgrades, before customization?
Right, well, our all-in cost for a custom floor plan, so if they do things beyond what our standard level of finish is, that would not be in this number, but it would be in the 2.8 range for the 25th floor, and then maybe 150 less than that for the 7th floor, just kind of a floor view premium, although that's somewhat offset because of the outdoor space, which the 7th floor has a ton of. So in that 2.7, 2.8 range, for a full floor, and that would deliver a completely finished custom floor plan. The finish detail, to the degree a buyer wants to do custom millwork, built-ins, change the finish level that we're offering here. We're open to do whatever, but a 2.8 number would include a finished custom floor plan per our standard level of penthouse finishes.
But I would guess, part of the fun, part of the attraction of this is the ability to roll your own, have it exactly the way you want it.
Absolutely. To be able, at a building that's at this stage of completion, to be able to pretty much customize your floor plan with a few limitations and customize finish detail, etc., is a very cool prospect. And there's really nothing out there in the market right now where you can do that in this size range at all. I mean, everything's done. So it's a cool opportunity.
The only thing that's missing, I think, is the fun of having to deal with an existing condo board and get all the approvals, because
yeah, that's one nightmare we're able to avoid for sure.
It can move a lot faster.
Absolutely.
And with a lot less negotiation than you might have in an existing building.
That's for sure. Yeah, that is a massive hurdle, nightmare, headache that we're at this point still able to avoid.
Okay, thank you, Greg, and looking forward to the next visit.
Absolutely, looking forward to it as well.